Well, good morning and welcome to my backyard. I thought I'd do this little video today to let you know that I have moved my studio and I wanted to show you its new location. Not ready yet to house me, but almost ready. But at least I can show you the space. So let's turn it around. This is a canopy that used to house our motorhome, which we no longer have. And what you see here is the contents of my studio and also some other items that we inherited that we have to find room for or sell. But as a space goes, it's not so bad. It's, I don't know, it's about 30 by 15. I can hang a panel here over the side of the shed to support canvases if I want to work two-dimensionally. And there's plenty of room out here actually for my tools and my saw table that's going to come. So I thought I'd give you an idea of where I am moving from. This is currently the art community that my studio's in, and it's a strip, industrial sort of little strip area, but there are 65 practicing artists and it's really cool. So here it is. Our studio is called Artemisia, and let's go inside. All right, so I share my studio with currently 2 other artists, and this is the gallery. My work is along the back wall here. Somehow I lost the audio in the original recording, but this work is Lisa Van Herik. She's a studio mate. And the hammers and all of the other sculptures you see are Dustin Otterbach, and the work on the wall is Debi Grupe. And I'll post the links to all these artists if you want to check out their work. Each one of them is fantastic and different in their own way. Debbie works in a multimedia capacity, much like I do. And then again, here's some of my stuff, 2 small little paintings and a sculpture made with window screen material and roofing paper painted with oil paints. Little shot there of a scene from a shop that I saw during my residency. A painting that I did a while ago. Yeah. So let's go back into the actual work area. So we keep this curtain here because right now up here in this gallery, it's 100 degrees. So it keeps the heat out. So let's turn on the light. All right. So this is the actual work area. And my studio mate has sort of moved herself into what was my area, but my area was here. There, that's a little bit better. And her area was here, and we shared this backspace all the way back. I'm leaving these work tables, and she's sort of moved in, which is fine, because I don't have anything here anymore except my artwork, which is still up on the wall. And we'll stay here potentially until the fall. And I'm cool with that. At least I have it displayed. So as you can see, it's quite big. I've got some pieces yet to take. That's mine. And the bandsaw is mine. But all of this back here now, which was shared, is now hers. That little studio box is mine, and that little piece on the floor is mine. Don't know what to do with these big pieces yet. They're hard to store at home. They're hard to store, period, but you can kind of get a sense. Here's the long view of what it was. And, you know, it's a great workspace. So here I am positioned between two of my pieces. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about why I'm leaving. And so life has changed a little bit, and I mean, I pay $1,825 for this space every month, and it's a big space, and it's a fantastic community, as I said, and I have people that I rent to, which reduces the cost quite a bit. But at this stage of my life and the way things are, I think I need to remain fluid, and my lease is up at the end of September, and it's a minimum 3-year commitment, and I don't want a 3-year commitment. And I just need to remain fluid. What happens is, you know, even though I rent out a lot of this, and I am the leaseholder, I rent out a lot of it, which brings the cost way down. There's always that possibility that people move out, or they don't want to exhibit in the gallery anymore up front, because I rent out the walls just for exhibition, and 2 other spaces back here to work. And my life has changed, and I've got to figure out a different way to do this. And I think my artwork has changed also. I've shown probably in some of the other videos that you saw of my construction-based sculptures, and I still like to do that. And at the same time, you'll notice the ones behind me are quite a bit smaller, and I can do them smaller, but I'm really starting to just pivot. And I'm in that weird space that artists get into sometimes, where it's like, what do I do now? Or I don't want to do this last thing anymore, and a dry spell or a creative block. I don't believe that those exist. I think that one's vision changes. And if you've ever had this happen to you, I'd love to hear. I know I'm not alone in this, but I would love to hear some of your experiences as a maker, when you've hit a place where you don't want to make the stuff you've been making anymore, but you don't have a replacement yet. Yeah, it's a little bit of a confusing time at the moment. So it's bittersweet and exciting at the same time. The other thing that's going on also is that, so I have, my mom has been living near us for the last 4 years, and she's 94, and currently for the last 3 weeks she's been in a skilled nursing facility because she fell down and hurt herself pretty badly. So that takes a lot of energy. We live just a few blocks away, and the facility thankfully is just a mile or so away. But the attention to making sure she has what she needs takes a lot of mental space away from just being creative and thinking about what I'm going to do. Plus, at home, you probably saw earlier, I don't really have a space yet. Everything's all kind of strewn about, and you know, we're still sorting through stuff to make space for me to work. So anyway, I just wanted to get real here for a second. I know that I've shown only, you know, the making of and, you know, my work in construction and the assembly of some of the pieces that I have been making. And some of those are actually a little bit old because, as I said, I haven't really done anything new in the last few weeks. But I wanted you all to know that and talk to you sort of face to face, which is kind of scary, but here I am. Again, you know, those of you that are creative or make things, if you run, I'd love to hear how maybe you have gotten yourself out of a slump or redirected your energies. I know about showing up every day no matter what, but sometimes it's hard to do that. Sometimes showing up just for what's in your way, to clear the way to make art, is all a person can do. So again, love to hear from you, and see you in the next one.